Team USA Hockey won gold. We don't need to talk about it, but I gotta say it on the podcast. Team USA Hockey won the fucking gold medal. Finally, we're here, but that's not why we're here to talk. We got some NBA stuff to go over. Welcome back, TalkBall Tweakers, episode 45, 6, 7,
44.
huh? 44?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 44. I'm bad at numbers. We're back. I'm Jake Mazarski, joined by my co-hosts Blake McQuarrie and Toussaint Fatcher. This episode's going to be a little short, but we had to get it out. Tweaker Nation, how are we feeling?
Feeling great. Another day in paradise, boys. Let's talk some ball.
Saying it's good day when basketball is a hot topic.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We're getting in that the March Madness spell is in the air. It's
That
in
would
the air.
be won't that be when will our year anniversary be? Because we started around March Madness last year, didn't we?
Nah,
We're
no. We
already,
started like early January,
we're
like
already on the year, yeah.
Oh, did
yeah,
we?
yeah,
We were talking about college football playoff and stuff. We're already
yeah.
That is
No, we're
true.
way
That
past.
is true. That is true.
beyond the year.
We don't
That is
celebrate
true.
little milestones like that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, NBA today. So before we get into it,
Talk
Talk
ball.
ball.
let's start with the San Antonio Spurs. 11 straight wins, all because of Dylan Harper. Um, Not all because of Dylan Harper, but I think I'm stating the obvious here. What is the Spurs ceiling? And I know what we're all going to say, but what is their ceiling and what is their floor this season?
I mean, I think their ceiling's NBA Finals. I don't see them winning. I was actually talking about this to myself the other day. I think it was after they had won. No, after they beat Detroit. I was I was talking to myself about it, and to me, it's NBA Finals. I don't see them winning a chip this year. Obviously, like they have the capabilities to do so. I just don't really see it happening, just because. I mean, they're just very young. Obviously, they've got a vet in De'Aaron Fox, but other than that, they're just super, super young. So, um, I don't really see it happening. Obviously, OKC kind of proved last year you don't really need, veterans and older guys, things like that, to win an NBA championship. So it's possible. That's why I keep it in the back of my mind that, like, yeah, they have the capabilities to do so and they can, but I just don't see them. I don't see them winning this year, but I absolutely do think they can get to the NBA Finals. And why I was talking about why I had this after they beat Detroit is because obviously, yes, they had a very good night against Detroit, very good shooting night against Detroit. Devin Vassell was hitting every single shot he took. Um, but you see how physical Detroit was with Wemby, and it's like
That's that prime
I
Detroit.
don't exactly. I don't see. I don't see if a team is going to be that physical with Wemby in a 7 game series. I don't know how Wemby's going to handle that for 7 straight games.
Did you see what happened in the game after against
Yeah,
Toronto? They did the exact
yeah,
same
they
thing.
did the exact same thing. And I'm not going to say that's going to shut Wemby down. Like, I'm not going to say, you get physical with him, then he's going to score 4 points and grab 3 rebounds and whatever the case may be. I'm not going to say it's going to completely shut him down, but like that mental aspect of it, and especially physically, like his body, I don't know if he's going to be able to take that for 7 games, especially if you you see the pattern that happened with Detroit did it and then Toronto did it. If teams are going to figure that out, and then now every single team is going to do that every single round of the NBA playoffs, I don't know how Wemby's physically going to be able to take that. So, um, I don't know. That's my quick thoughts on San Antonio. I think obviously they can get there, but I just think this year I don't see them getting it done.
I think their ceiling is definitely winning it. But kind of to your point, Blake, they a lot has to go right for them. One, it's asking a lot for a team that as a group has not been to the playoffs yet. Wemby has not been to the playoffs to win his first ring the first year being in the playoffs. That's a big ask. So that's number one. So I get your point with that. And then in terms of the physicality, um, the thing I've always I sound a little bit like Shaq when I say this, but because he's 7'5", he literally only has to stand in the paint. Like
Yeah.
the thing with Detroit, the Detroit game that I watched is literally they would bully him on the perimeter, so he's not getting a shot up, and they would just jab at him and, like you said, bruise him up. And then he realized, man, I'm 7'5", and this is a knack against the Pistons. They don't have a person that is above 6'10". Their tallest player is Jalen Duren at 6'10". So he realized, if I'm 7'5". All I gotta do is stand at the block outside the paint. A guard drives, he dishes it to me, and I dunk it. Or somebody throws up a shot, and I just grab the rebound and dunk it. So I think if Wemby has that realization throughout the Western Conference Finals, if they face OKC, or if they, get to the finals, that I think he can score 30 just in the paint alone, just because of his height and his length. Um, that's sort of the thing that I've always said about Wemby is like he doesn't need to shoot 5 threes a game. He should really only be shooting 3 to 4 threes and then just be around the paint because he could really just be the greatest if he just shoots three or four threes a game. He shoots over 40% from three. He dominates the paint. So if he does that and he figures out how to master and use his length to an advantage, I think the Spurs could definitely win it. Now, the one thing I'll say also is that the Spurs are one of the worst three-point shooting teams. The reason they won that game was because Devin Vassell hit 7 threes, including the first 3 buckets for the Spurs were 3 threes. So it's kind of like, you know, how how are we gonna get better at threes? It's not really gonna work. You know what I mean? You can't just all of a sudden become really great at shooting threes. Um, so I think that at their best, the ceiling is definitely winning a ring, but do I see it happening? No, because I think at some point teams are gonna pester Wemby. The 3-point shot's gonna go. It's not gonna keep falling. They're young. And think about OKC, like you said, they were in the playoffs, so they knew how to manipulate and work around it. And I don't think Wemby has yet mastered how to score the basketball to perfection. I know he could drop 40 on any given night, but I don't think he's mastered just how to use his length and his body to win at any certain because Shea's done that. Shea figured it out this year. Like I can get whatever bucket whenever I want, however I want, and nobody's gonna stop me. I think Wemby has 80. He's 80% of the way there.
Yeah. I think you guys both brought up good points with it. I mean, their ceilings winning the finals. Wemby is a freak. He's everything and more that people thought he was going to be. And I think it's happening earlier than expected. I don't know. It depends who you ask in the NBA world. They could win it. And it's not only Wemby, they're ridiculously deep. They have 4 guards who could put the team on their back in Fox and Castle mainly, but even Dylan Harper and Devin Vassell have those games. They have Johnson, they have Luke Cornett. They're a deep team. I think when you look at them, I know it's sort of a cop-out answer. For the playoffs, it's about experience because you got a bunch of young players who haven't been there before, and even their veterans haven't been there before. De'Aaron Fox has played what, 7 playoff games in his career, and it was that series against the Warriors, and he got a rude awakening to Steph Curry in Game 7. That game was fucking wild, by the way. When I look at the Spurs, I see the Thunder from the year they lost to the Mavericks in 6, or the year before that. I don't really remember who they lost to the first year they were the 1 seed, but it's just like you look at them, you know they're really good, and you're just like, they can win it all. But when you're forced to pick a team, you're not going to. And I think another reason too, and it's sort of similar to what the Thunder were, is because you look at other teams in the West and I guess the East too, but more over the West. They're just better and you just trust them more. Like, are the Thunder playing well right now? No. Do we have any question they're going to turn it up come the playoffs? No. And so it's like when the Thunder were the 1 seed that first time and people go, they're not beating Jokic and the Nuggets. And then Jokic and the Nuggets came out. Or the year that Luka made the finals. I think a lot of people had the Thunder beating Luka, but I don't think a lot of people had the Thunder beating the finals. And so if the Spurs run into the Thunder or the Nuggets, will you pick the Spurs? That's the thing for me. And I think it's still no for 1 year because, again, I've never played in the NBA playoffs, but it's a different mentality for sure. And also, it's a brand new coach, too. That's the
Mm.
other thing for me. But I mean, like, look, they could put it all together. Wemby is one of the only players in NBA history that could genuinely drop 50, 50, 50 a game. I genuinely think so. Again, not 50, 50, 50, but let me believe. They're good. And so it'll be interesting who they get. And I can't even tell you if they'll win a round right now because they could run into, I don't know. I was gonna say the Lakers. They'd beat the Lakers, but they could run into the Nuggets or the Thunder or something. Probably not the Thunder, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. But I wanted to touch back on Toussaint's point. Like I sometimes watch Wemby. It pisses me off because he just stands at the perimeter. And it's like, bro, get your big ass down in the paint. Dog. Like for real. Like, what are you doing? Like, you just standing on the 3-point line, like in La La Land. I'm like, bro, go grab a board or like get the ball in the paint. Like it pisses me off.
He
But
could average 40 if he wanted to. Literally, he could drop 25 in the paint and then shoot like 3, 4 threes and then shoot free throws and literally average 40 points. If you
that's
just stay, you're 7'5". Even when he goes over the back, it's not over the back because the ball is in the air.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. So that's the frustrating part about watching him. Um, and then yeah, as in terms of San Antonio as a team, I think um Jake, your point on it, like they remind me exactly of the Thunder, um, without the experience, without the postseason experience. Because that's my thing with them in the postseason is I absolutely they can get to the finals and absolutely they can win, but I just think that lack of experience on that team, it reminds me a lot of OKC a few years back, and I think they're gonna have to go through. Um, I mean, maybe it is one postseason, but they're gonna have to go through at least one postseason, I think, of losing in whether it's the second round, the conference finals, or even the finals to really be solidified as like, okay, yeah, like they're absolutely gonna win it this year. And there's nobody that can stop them in the postseason. So like I think if they run into OKC, I think OKC's beating them in a 7-game series. Absolutely. I know obviously San Antonio has showed this year that they somehow have OKC's number. But I think if it is the postseason, a 7-game series, I am taking OKC at least 4-2.
It'll be interesting to see how Wemby acts in the postseason because we haven't seen him there. And I've said this to, I think I've said it on here. Wemby genuinely pisses me off because some games he has 12 points and some games he has 35 and he's dominating. And
Yeah,
it's like, you're 7'5". There should be no excuse why you have 12 points.
exactly.
There's no excuse. I mean,
Exactly.
off straight rebounds, people, first of all, you're 7'5". People are gonna hack you. You're gonna go to the free throw line like 10 times a game. Second of all, you're 7'5". When you wake up and stretch, you can literally lift your hand up and dap God. You can, I mean, I'm serious. Like, you're that tall. Like, God Himself could dap you up. Like, there should be no excuse why when the ball is in the air, you're not right
Bro,
there. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You should have at least like 7 offensive rebounds a game, at least.
no,
And
for real.
so, it to me, the postseason brings out a different breed in people. Um, in my opinion, I have them at least going to the Western Conference Finals. If I had to choose, um, it'll be hard to see in terms of seeding who they face because they'll be the 2 seed. So they'll probably run into the Nuggets at some point. So they'll probably face them in the semis or something. I mean, their first series might be the Wolves, which is a
Yeah,
monster in and of itself.
yeah,
Um, so that'll be hard to see who's in. Not and Minnesota just went to the Western Conference Finals 2 years back to back. So who's to say that they might just get better? You know what I mean? Ant might turn up another level, and he's been there. So for me, it'll be it's hard to determine who a player is in the postseason, um, because everyone's different in the postseason. We
yeah.
talked about it last time. James Harden fades in the postseason. He's top 3 greatest scorers of all time. So it just remains to be seen. But I really hope that he like locks in. And I like Wemby, but sometimes a little of the gimmicks is a little corny to me. Just a little. Just a
Yeah,
little.
yeah.
It's like he's like, I'm meditating with this and I don't care. Drop 40.
Hmm.
If you meditate and you drop 15 points in the playoffs, it's corny. I'm sorry. It's a hot take, but when you get to the playoffs, then you can start being, you know, Kobe Bryant or MJ. You're not there yet, even though you are 7'5" and out of this world.
Exactly.
Right. Let's talk about a team that's going in the other direction in the Western Conference. The Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm just gonna open the floor. They don't look good. And I know that I've come on here and said with LeBron and Luca, they can go all the way. I don't know if I'm ready to change that, but I'm getting pretty damn close. The Lakers are yeah, it's time to panic.
I just don't understand. I really don't understand. Like it's at this point, I don't know. It's almost it, like I'm speechless trying to like even describe this. Like I don't understand how you have Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James, and you can't like this isn't figured out yet. Um, and I don't even want to blame JJ for it because I really do think JJ Redick is a great coach, and I think JJ has a lot to learn as a coach, as a head coach. I think that's first. I think that might be a little part of it, but also it's like I think it is also tough when you look at like how much Austin Reeves have sat out this year, and then how much Luka sat out, and then LeBron doesn't play back to backs, and he was out till what, like mid-November? Like he didn't even start playing till mid-November, early December. So um I think like I don't want to say it's a chemistry thing. I think it's when those three are on the floor. I don't think they've been on the floor enough this year and all three together to where it's like they're really gelling yet. And I know Brian Windhorst said like, when those three are on the court, it's like they're the worst team ever or whatever the case whatever he said about it. I don't believe that. Like I really don't believe that Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James can't figure it out because I absolutely do think they can figure it out and with the mind of JJ Redick. But it's just I don't know. Time's definitely ticking that they're gonna have to figure it out and they're gonna have to do some shit to get back on track.
I
'Cause
think
like
that
the first few weeks, it was like, yo, the Lakers are one of the best. They're arguably the best team in the West. Like we were having those conversations, and now it's like they're gonna be a first round exit.
um I think LeBron's leaving the Lakers this offseason regardless, but I think that if they don't win a playoff series, yeah, that's just gonna look terrible. Because that would be when was the last time they won a playoff series? The year they lost the Nuggets that they won the championship, right, in the Western Conference Finals. Does that sound right? Yeah, that I think that's it. And they got swept. And so I think their era of contention might be over. And even with Luka Doncic, or actually, let me rephrase. LeBron's era of contention with the Lakers is over. I
Yeah.
genuinely think so. I think even if they figure it out, I'm not going to be able to trust them. If they play the Thunder, if they play the Spurs, if they play the Timberwolves, because the Timberwolves have beat them before. The Thunder, we know what they are. The Spurs, we sort of know what they are. They're good. And the Spurs can absolutely beat the Lakers. I don't think LeBron can win another championship in LA. And I think that's why he's going to go somewhere else for his final year, probably Cleveland. Can Luka Doncic do it? Yeah, he absolutely can. Build a team around Luka Doncic. Again, I'm not going to say I agree with Brian Windhorst's standpoint about they're a worse team. I do think they're able to figure it out, or not that they're able to, that they can. I don't know if they will, but that's why you go and get Luka Doncic because you're going to be successful for years to come. This just is really bad. Like there's no other way around it.
One of my rules about sports and especially about basketball is you have to recognize and treat a spade like a spade. You can't act like a player is something different than what they have demonstrated. Luka Doncic doesn't buy in on the defensive end. He doesn't care about defense. He's getting
Yeah.
his 40 and he's not defending. He's a cone, right? I don't want to give Nico Harrison any credit because he committed the greatest basketball blasphemy in all of sports history, but he created the blueprint to how to win with Luka Doncic. You get another scorer, even if he's a bad defender in Kyrie. And then you surround him with 3-and-D players and defensive bigs who protect the paint. You had Lively, you had Gafford, the paint was off limits. Then you had PJ Washington, you had Najee Marshall, you had guys who were 3-and-D who were okay with scoring 10 to 15 points a game and just defending at a high level. You have to have guys that are around LeBron and Luka and Austin Reeves. They're going to defend. But
Mhm.
the problem is not the problem is not the players or JJ Redick, it's the roster. It's Pelinka's fault. I mean, I'm gonna call it a spade. I'm gonna call it what it is. You
Hmm.
went into the season with Luka, who doesn't play defense, LeBron, who's 41, who's at this point is not going to play defense, and then you have Austin Reeves, who is also kind of a cone, right? He's not really. I mean, even if he tries, he's not that great of a defender. He's okay. So that's three of your starting five. That's not good. Then your center doesn't care. Your center is a grown baby. Now, there was a report the other day that he had to write DeAndre Ayton's crunk juice on
Yeah.
his water bottle to get him motivated. What are you,
That's crazy.
5? You 5 years old? Like, do you want a pacifier too? So that's 4 players that don't care about defense, are only thinking about themselves. Luka is a great offensive player, great player, top 3 offensive guy in the league, no doubt. But if he doesn't try on defense, then your second option, who's 41 years old, doesn't try on defense. And then your third option is not really trying on defense. And then your center doesn't even really want to be there. He's just there to collect a check. You're not going to win anything. And so you go into the season with a bunch of band-aids on a gunshot wound. It's going to open and you're going to die. So they're not winning a series. It's impossible because the West is too loaded. Unless they somehow go on a run and then get someone that's just bad. I don't even know who they could get that they could really beat. But defensively, they're not stopping anybody. And anybody that plays them is putting on at least 115 to 120 points, which means LeBron has to turn back the clock. Luka has to score nearly 50 a game. Austin Reeves has to score nearly 25 to 30. And DeAndre Ayton has to try. So the real problem is it's the roster, which is Palinka's fault. I think they knew going into this year that there wasn't much they could do. Um, and like Jake said, it is LeBron's last year. They got new management, new ownership. There's no reason to bring back a 41-year-old LeBron. So, you know, it,
I'm so serious when I say this, bro. Give Bronny James some minutes.
Hmm.
Like
at
I'm
this
I'm
point,
I'm being so serious. Like I'm being dead ass serious when I say that. Like actually give him minutes. I
it wouldn't
don't I don't
hurt.
it wouldn't hurt at all. I don't understand. He's literally what Luca needs. He is literally what Luca needs. He would literally be there for 3 and D. No question about it.
The only thing is, I'm taller than Bronny is, so I don't know how good he would be to defend.
No, I think Bronny's a great defender though. That's the thing.
I mean, he
I
could
he's
try, but
shown
he's I mean, he could try, but I mean, if he's gonna guard, think about it. He's not a point guard, so he's a shooting guard. Shooting guards are usually 6'3" to 6'6". Imagine have a 6'5" point guard who's been in the league for 5 years, goes ahead and just drops the shoulder on me. And
I don't know,
he
dog, because Cooper Flag tried to do that. Cooper Flag tried to do that on Bronny, and that he wasn't going for that shit.
that's true, but
So it's like you at least have to try it. And if he really does become a liability out there, then go
no,
back.
JJ Redick people would be screaming for JJ Redick's head if he would let Bronny get minutes down the
Well,
stretch of the postseason
well,
to
they're
the
gonna be
postseason.
screaming. They're gonna be screaming for his head if if they're gonna be a.
Well, that's Laker fans anyway. Lakers fans are so entitled and so
So
like
it's a lose-lose anyway. So you might as well give him some damn minutes.
JJ Redick gonna get fired in a couple years anyway.
I
I
just
mean,
at this point you gotta try anything. I just feel like that's what you gotta do. I don't know who else on the fucking roster is gonna make Luca better.
Yeah.
So there's really no other 3 and D guys on
I
the
mean
roster.
that's like cleaning a dirty house with a hand towel. It's not gonna
So,
do nothing.
I
You're
don't
not
know.
you're not doing nothing.
I rem
Um, it's already bad. The Lakers are already they're not winning a series, especially against even if a 6 seed in the West. I mean, what are they like 5 or 6 seed? Like
it was
They're
60.
16 right now.
yeah,
They'd be scheduled right now if the season ended, they'd play the Rockets.
yeah, KD turning up on them.
Yeah,
KD,
Rockets in five.
dropping 50 a game.
Right.
Sengun. It don't matter what KD said to Sengun or Jabari Smith. They turning up on the Lakers.
Yeah, it'd be over.
They trying to send LeBron and Luka packing. And
Yeah.
because they have big names, people gonna want to take them out first round.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't even know what else to talk about with the Lakers. It's just not going well. We'll put it there.
Yeah.
Uh, let's move to the other side, the East. Who's winning the East? The Pistons look good. The Knicks look
Detroit.
meh.
Wait, you
The
just
Celt
asked two Detroit fans who's winning the
Yeah,
East.
exactly. So let me rephrase.
Come on, dog.
Let me rephrase. Outside of the Pistons, who's the biggest threat in the East?
Celtics,
Boston. Yeah, Boston.
Boston.
Sure.
Is Jason Tatum going to play this year? If they make it to the playoffs and they're the 2 seed,
He might.
I think it's going to happen.
He's already back to like real
Yeah.
workout like playing already. So he might force like if he really feels good or even because think about okay, let me ask you this.
I don't know why he would force that.
Even if Jason Tatum is a spot up shooter, they still got a good chance to win the East.
Why would you rush that back though? That's the
Second ring, I mean, he might, and you already know he's rushing. Like nowadays, the Achilles thing is so common. They got doctors creating new medical surgeries to get him back in the game. 9 months. It's been 9 months since he tore his Achilles, and he's already doing 5-on-5 drills with G League teams. It's insane. 9 months. It used to be you're out for a year, and then we'll see.
yeah.
But yeah, Celtics are the biggest threat. Knicks are good. Thing about the Knicks, they falter in the regular season because they're bad in terms of long stretches of games. Just how they're built and how everyone gets hurt with them. In the postseason, they come alive because it's a little bit more of short bursts. Everybody give it in for seven games or
That's
so.
what that's what
Um,
they
Yeah.
also
yeah.
terrorist Thibodeau at the helm. There's keep running all of his five starters for 40 minutes a
I
night.
mean, Landry Shamet, it's his first time he's seen the daylight in a
Bro,
while.
bro. My gosh.
But yeah, I don't have faith in the Cavs because we know James Harden's most likely gonna fail in the postseason, and they're still really banged up. But the Celtics, I mean, the only caveat about the Celtics is that if their 3-point shooting draws dead, they're not doing anything. Like if they can't shoot, because Jaylen Brown's gonna average his 30, right? But if the rest of the team, because they've got a bunch of G League players starting, let's not forget Shireman, who's their center, Keita, like they got a bunch of G League guys on, and if they played for any other winning team, they'd be G League guys. So they're overachieving, and that's why I think Tatum's probably gonna try and come back because they probably have the worst starting five, but they're overachieving. Joe Mazzulla is a really good coach. They got Jaylen Brown. That's why I think Jason Tatum's gonna try and rush back. But I yeah yeah. You know who running the East right now. You know.
Yeah, we ain't gotta talk about it too much.
It just seems
Detroit.
like, look, I don't want to give it to them, or I don't have anything against the Pistons. Besides hearing you guys talk about it is sickening. But then again, I'm a Nets fan. I don't really care. Um, it just seems like as more time goes on, they are the team in the East. Just everywhere else you look, there's a question mark. Like, I want to say the Knicks, they've been playing poorly. And their track record against the Pistons, I mean, look, the Pistons beat them 3 times last year, and then they beat them in the playoffs, but they didn't beat them by 10 plus every time. The Celtics are good. One, I don't know if Tatum comes back. Two, I just couldn't tell you there. A team I wanted to say is Philly because Embiid's playing great, Maxi's playing great. But I've learned one thing from covering the NBA and being an NBA fan all my life. I'm never picking the Sixers to make it past the second round. Let's be honest there. And then you look like the Cavs. We did this last week with James Harden. You're looking at the rest of the East. Is there really anybody that can do it? The answer for me right now is no, except Detroit. And if I was forced to put a second one, gun to my head, aliens there, give me Iguodala. I like the Knicks. If I had to, but I don't like that at all. I genuinely don't like it at all. The one other I could see is the Bucks are 2 games out. The Bucks
Fuck
somehow
no.
get in.
Did you just say the Milwaukee Bucks?
No, yeah, this is how bad the state of the East is. This is how bad the
I
state of the East.
think I think that deserves more of a tweaker than my Charlotte
No,
take. That's
no, no,
got
no, no,
to.
no. That's fine. That's
That's
fine.
got to.
That's completely okay. I realize how much I'm tweaking here. But I asked myself and I asked you guys, who's the biggest threat outside of Detroit? It might be Giannis if he's healthy as one person because he's done it before. It might be.
Not
I'm
with that.
not saying it's gonna happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm saying
And that'll do it for the episode. And we might have a good.
McCann.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm not. No, of course it's not gonna fucking happen. But like the East is so bad that if Giannis gets in, can Giannis win a playoff series by himself? He's done it before.
You know who's stopping Giannis?
But like,
You know who's
Load
stopping
management.
Giannis? No, no,
Load
no.
management.
His calf. His
Yeah.
his calf might explode on him. I don't wish it on him, but his calf might burst into 1,000 flames.
I have
Yeah,
no idea.
fine. But anyway, the state of the East is so bad. Like it is. Like if I had to choose someone, I'll say New York because they're the one that I'm just like I have the most clarity around. Like, do I want Jason Tatum to come back? No, because I hate the Celtics and I hate Duke. But no, as a reporter, I've seen a player come back from a calf injury and rush it and then tear their Achilles. And he got rushed back. His name was Kevin Durant. We saw what happened there. Obviously, a very different scenario. Jason Tatum's torn his Achilles before KD didn't. I know of a quarterback that was dealing with a calf injury throughout the entire training camp in 2023, played 4 snaps, MetLife turf, Achilles. So I just like, I can't trust Jason Tatum coming back. And I'm not saying if he does come back, I'm manifesting him getting hurt because I'm absolutely not. I still like New York just because of the, I guess, the floor they are. But I think what I'm getting at is I'm not trying to jinx it. I swear, guys. Give Detroit the trophy right now, at least in the East. They just keep looking like the favorite, and they keep, I was going to say defying expectations. That feels wrong. They're a lot better than I expected.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I think I would agree with Boston. I think I've always said that as a Detroit fan, Boston scares me because um for some reason Detroit just when we see Boston, it's tough. So, um, and I genuinely believe if it's like obviously the other two favorites, if it's not Detroit, is New York and Boston. I think, um, but I think whoever out of those two is going to try to come out of the East, you're going to have to see Detroit. And if it's Boston, I think they have the better chance to beat Detroit in a 7-game series than New York does. So I'm going to go with Boston. Um, In terms of Tatum coming back, I just don't think he should. Obviously, like Toussaint said, he's ramping things up and it is going fast and whatever the case may be. I feel like we keep getting those reports of like, oh, Jason Tatum's doing this. And then it's just not gonna it's just gonna turn into him never coming back this year. So um, I don't know. I mean, if he does come back, then obviously Boston has a greater chance. Of course, absolutely, it's Jason Tatum. But that's the thing, though. If he comes back this year, is it going to be rushed? Therefore, is it going to be the same Jason Tatum? So you never know. But
I
I
think it
think,
depends on Boston State. Like if they are running through all
yeah,
East contenders, they're gonna be like, slow it down. Let's
If
not rush it.
let's say it's a scenario like this, all right? They're the 2 seed right now. They're in the second round against the Knicks again. I'm not gonna say like we know Tatum's healthy, but let's say he's on the trajectory. He's playing 5v5. It's 2.5 months away, the second round. Would we see Jason Tatum there? Or if they got by, I think it would be more likely if they got by the Knicks and then they're facing a Pistons team, which, look, it's very hard to knock the Pistons. The one thing you could say is I hate even saying they're not experienced because they made the playoffs last year and they've just been belting everyone, but they haven't made a conference finals in over 20 years. Maybe Tatum comes back, but then again, I couldn't tell you anything. Like the closest I am to Jason Tatum is my friend's sister babysitted Deuce once. And so yeah. I showed you guys that, right?
no.
I thought I showed you guys that.
Nah.
Oh, well, it happened. But anyway, like, look, I'm not gonna jump to any assumptions. Like that would be for me if I had to guess when Jason Tatum came back. It's they beat the Knicks in the second round and they're facing the Pistons in the conference finals, and Tatum is actually okay. Like, not like we're rushing you back, you're okay. You're okay, okay. You're not gonna go out there and pop your Achilles again.
But my thing is, it's like if you're at that point, you made it without Jason Tatum, why rush him back?
I fully agree, but I think the one like to play devil's advocate here, I think it's really hard to win in the NBA. I think you saw that last year with Boston. I think you're seeing it with the Lakers. I think you're seeing it with the Nuggets in 2023. You saw what their former GM said, how about like that their championship almost didn't happen. It's really, really hard to win. How long are you gonna have with Jason Tatum, let alone Jaylen Brown in his prime yet? If he is healthy and he's itching to come back, then I'm not going to say you need to let him because then again, you're a training staff that gets paid millions of dollars to make these decisions for these guys so these freak accidents don't happen.
Yeah.
But just because of how hard it is to win, not only in the NBA and all of sports, it's just like Tatum could come back next year and the Pistons still could beat him after another year. And
Mhm.
so if he's healthy, then maybe. Like again, I agree with you. I don't think he should come back. But
Yeah.
I mean, if they get to the conference finals and he really is healthy, it's just like you have a shot to win, might as well go for it.
I feel it.
Yeah, and I hate myself for saying that too. Even though I am, as Pod knows, a Jason Tatum hater going back to his time with the Blue Devils. All right. Are there any other basketball topics we want to talk about in our closing minutes? Short episode, like I said, or like we said, we're gonna do in one earlier in next week, March 3rd. That's what we're planning on. We'll do tweaker, we'll do more college basketball, rivalry stuff, all that. We are just waiting for a few things. NBA, Michigan to Belt, Illinois, Caleb Wilson injuries. I can name a bunch of other stuff. But is there anything we want to talk about before we sign off today?
Nah, I think
I
that's
I have one, and
yeah.
I can't wait. I know we're not doing college basketball. Mackey Arena, you're a fraud. Illinois walked in there, belt. Iowa State walked in there, belt. Michigan walked in there, belt.
Bro, all those
Michigan State walked in there, belt. What happened to being the best environment in college basketball? What happened?
I never ever thought Mackey Arena was the best environment ever in college
No,
basketball.
I know I'm talking to two people who share the same sentiment as me. But as someone that grew up around college basketball and it's always like, you got to go to Mackey, like, it's so hard to win there. Clearly, it's not.
That's some bullshit. Like it's the we acting like Mackey is this historic college basketball site. Shut the hell up. It's Purdue. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be for real. Like, Purdue just got relevant in the past, what, 10 seasons,
I
maybe?
mean, the only reason they're considered a national championship program, if I'm being completely honest, is because of the 2 years with Zach Edey. They haven't shown anything besides that.
That's what I'm saying. So the whole Mackey Arena shit, it's just ridiculous.
I
Just
mean,
Purdue.
the team
It's
is
Purdue
frauds
fans want to
anyway.
be a part of the conversation. That's what it really is. Purdue wants to be a part of the conversation, and they're not. So,
Their team is a bunch of frauds this year anyway.
So
yeah.
let me ask you guys two more questions before we sign off, just because I want to have it in the files. One, score prediction for Michigan, Illinois, and two, who's the biggest threat in the Big Ten, not named the Michigan Wolverines to you guys?
Score prediction, Michigan, Illinois. I don't know, man. Like this game scares me a little bit. I don't know why, but I think Michigan's gonna win. But uh,
Fair to scare you. State Farm Center might be scarier than Mackey these days.
like 83-75. I think it'll be a little close game. I think Michigan wins though.
Yeah.
What did you say for the score?
I said 83-75, Michigan.
70-67.
Um,
A close game.
Yeah,
yeah, no, close game.
I think
I
it's gonna be
think,
close. I think they're gonna shoot the ball well, especially at home.
Yeah.
yeah, you said it on your TikTok. Keaton Wagler, I mean, he's one of the best stories out there too. And I think that any given night he could go for 90.
The
Um,
way he shoots pisses me off.
yeah, no, it doesn't only piss you off, it pisses everyone off, but great freaking story. Biggest threat in the Big Ten, not named Michigan. I'm gonna go first. Shit, on a neutral court, I think it is Illinois. Um, yeah, it's definitely not Northwestern.
Go Cats.
Go Cat. Hey, I'm a proud Northwestern fan. I really am. Even though I root for another team much more. But look, guys, like it was a great time. Just it's over. Like we're get back to football right now. I love you, Chris Collins. I do.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Shout out. What was the other question you had?
Who's their biggest threat in the Big Ten besides Michigan?
Uh, I mean, gotta go state, right? I
I mean,
think.
Yeah, I like it.
I feel to me it's Michigan
Big Ten
State.
is whack this year.
Yes,
I
it is.
guess.
You
No,
know, I would
yeah,
say Nebraska.
Nebraska pretenders, Purdue pretenders. Wisconsin's good, but they can't win the easy games.
I
And then
do like
below that, it's like Mike Cronin, who is, I don't know. Mike Cronin
He's
is, bro,
crashing.
he's tweaker of the week. I don't even know what's wrong with him.
He's
He be pissing me
Yeah,
off.
that's one that we don't need to wait. That was crazy.
He be pissing me off. It's not even that. It's the one where he did like
Could
I
you stop
understand.
raising your voice at me?
Bro, I hated that. Bro, I understand the question was stupid. Why would you ask a head coach what he thinks of the student section? But why are you trying to show him up in front of everybody like he's this idiot? Like he's asking
He
a question,
kept, bro. That
but
was
he's asking a question for a story. He's not just asking a stupid question. Just say I don't really care. Then it answers the question. I don't care. He talking about why would I care? He said, "Are you raising your voice at me?" Boy, I would have smacked him. I would have smacked him on the back of his bald head, boy.
Bro, he kept going back to him too. Like he would like look at the other reporters for that question. Then he like, you seriously asked me that? Like he was trying to embarrass
Bro,
him.
that pissed me off as a journalist. I would have been like, "Are you serious?" I'd have been like, "Stop talking to me."
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I'm glad he apologized to Steven Jamerson, but that was freaking
But
wild.
also, the dude talks about my team is soft, and then when they do a hard foul, you kick him off the court.
Yeah,
What?
exactly. Exactly.
You kick
It
your
makes
own
no
player off
sense.
the court.
It makes
You
no
know
sense.
how soft that is to be like, my team got to get better and tougher, and then kick him off the court. Like, come on, man.
It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well,
He's gonna
guys,
get, don't worry, he's gonna get fired soon. He's gonna get out of there very soon. UCLA is a historic program, and he is trashing the
It
place.
sucks because I wanted to see Donovan Dent go crazy this year. I mean, he is hooping, but like I wanted to see him
he's
like
hooping now. He's hooping now. He was bad for the first few
I
months.
still though I still believe I don't know why he went to UCLA. I never liked that after yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's that
I
money.
forget what type of game we're in now this
Yeah,
year.
like, am I allowed to disclose the value? I don't know the exact value, but it was north of $3 million.
Like,
That's
we're in
wild.
the end, we're in the
So
end game.
the
Yeah, for
man,
that kind of money, I might endure Mike Cronin's
the
bullshit.
the really nice, expansive one bed, one bath in Westwood might do it. I don't know.
I'd take my ass to Florida International for that shit.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
But I
Like,
go to JUCO if they offer me the entire school.
Okay, what? Come a Panther.
3 mil.
well, I guess that's it for us in this episode. Um, I'll throw it to you guys for the ending part because I suck at the ending. But reminder, everyone, hockey won gold.
What should we have him comment? What should we have him
What do you want us to talk about on the next episode?
comment? Yeah, segment idea, something to cover. Comment segment idea on this video. But yeah, as always, run up socials, Instagram, TikTok, like, comment, subscribe, share it out to everybody, your mom, grandma, whoever.
Mick Cronin.
Yeah, share it to Mick Cronin.
Yeah,
Why
let
not?
him hear it. Let him hear it, bro. Don't stop abusing journalists. All right, they're there to do their job.
Out to everybody. So
Stop abusing journalists, man.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's it. As always, stay fly. Peace.